Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Society Watch, Atlantic Television Network. And before we went on that break, we were talking about some security personnel that were arrested in Imo State for stealing and extorting youths using the POS. And now the question is, we understand that these security operatives might be doing their job. Yes, it's not out of place. But should security operatives go about with point-of-sale machine? for what transactions exactly?
The answer is simply no. In the capitals, what are they selling? What are they selling that requires making of financial transactions with a police officer on the road? They are absolutely, that is not their jurisdiction. What are they actually selling? So why move about with POS? You know, they have debased and dehumanized this job, this work. They are making mockery of the police force. And I don't know, our leaders don't want to do anything about all these things. These people they caught, you may not hear anything further about them. We have heard it in the news, but how will it end? You and I won't know. That is the thing. If some of these people at the end, the right punitive measures are given to them, if right justice is served, I think we keep saying that it will be deterrent to others. Yes, keep doing it and keep flushing those unwanted elements. Sanitize the force. Keep doing it. By the time he loses his job and stays up to 1, 2, 3 months, there's no cash inflow to him. His brain will reset. Then he will understand that stupidity should not be encouraged. Yes.
Well, it's really amazing. It's amusing too. Well, we just hope that as much as these personnel have been arrested, that justice is going to be served. And then maybe, like Chidokoro Esquire has said, it's going to serve as a deterrent to others in the society, because I am still wondering what a police officer, what an NDLEA officer, a civil defense officer would be doing with a POS. I mean, what transaction do they intend to do with all of that? Well, let's go straight to our next issue on insecurity. Armed robbers in the wee hours of Tuesday, September 5th, invaded 2 hostels in Damiko Estate, one of the most populated student off-campus areas in Obafemi Awolowo University environs. They attacked hostels where the Dominion Hostel and another, which is reportedly opposite E&E Canteen in the same area. Robbers attacked the hostels around a few minutes to 2 a.m. and operated for almost 1 hour and left before the security agencies could arrive, according to eyewitness. Unfortunately, the armed robbers had already carried out their operations and left before the arrival of the security agencies. Narrating his experience, Paul Oladipupo, a fresh OAU graduate who stays in Dominion Hostel, confirmed that the burglary windows were destroyed in order to gain access to the rooms. 3 laptops and a phone were stolen from his hostel, and bullets were also found around the hostels in the morning. But reacting, the Student Union government, in a press release, said the welfare of its members is of utmost priority, adding that the leadership of the Students' Union will further engage the Landlord Association of the estate and also the police department on matters of security concerns for safety of our union members residing in the estate and also other places in Ile-Ife in order to prevent future occurrences. Now, one wouldn't be surprised to hear that such robbery incidents will occur off campus, but it is also occurring on campus. So the question now is, where exactly is safe for students to be in? It's more like we are not taking our lives in our hands. Students have to always be at alert because anything can happen, whether you are on or off campus. What's your take on this?
I watched a clip the other day where they caught some I don't know, some boys, students. They were, I think it's in Nekede Polytechnic or where in Imo State, one of those schools there. And the guy said, "Why are you having a shotgun, this pistol?" He said, "For security." He was bold to say that it's for security. And I began to look at it. Yes, it's for security. Now, but that's not how it's supposed to be. What that goes to show is that those who are charged with securing our lives have failed us. And therefore, people tend to secure themselves by themselves. Now, can you imagine? Why are we always reacting to issues instead of being proactive? A campus like OAU that is supposed to have a police outpost there. We don't have such. OAU, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, that is supposed to have a police outpost. I mean, some of these things, when I look at it, I will wonder, where is our brain? It also happened here in Port Harcourt, in River State. Is it Ignatius Ajuru or whatever? We just learned.
University.
Sorry, River State University. Okay, sorry. Some armed persons entered the hostel or whatever and harassed people, or I don't know what they are. So, but look at, these things are not supposed to be so. Every campus is supposed to have a police outpost. Apart from their own internal security, whatever. Then those old men they used to employ, what is in it? What do they do? They go and employ old men, retired people, employ them as security people. They are carrying stick up and down. That is not, we are not, it shows that we are not serious.
It's really worrisome. But another thing that really baffles me is the fact that for a reasonable time, a robbery incident will occur successfully and there will be no security intervention. That is really worrisome. In fact, I've heard most people talk about the emergency numbers, and like we call the emergency number and nobody is responding. In the case of emergency, what would you say about the swift response of our security personnel?
That's true. The same thing I'm saying. We are serious. The people who they are monitoring when the whole thing must have calmed down before they will come.
You think so?
That
Maybe
is
they're
it.
somewhere else.
Yes, they know. The students are calling them, or they are getting the information and they are monitoring. What is the situation? We are coming. Until they told them, they after getting the correct information that the people have, everything have ceased, that's when they will come. You and I know this, and this is how they do. They will not come at that time. And sometimes when they will even be coming, they put on their siren, so that the people they will come to catch will, that is not how I see these things work. There's no sense in what they are doing. So that tells you we are just living in a failed state.
But if you talk about the siren, I think that is what creates the awareness. I mean, that is what makes us know that, oh, we have security men around. That's more like their signal tune.
You want to catch armed robbers, then you pull siren. Eh? You want to really catch them. You want to get them red-handed. Then you pull siren announcing to them, we are coming. We are getting close to you. What do you expect? Who will you catch? It's only a cripple that you catch.
It's really unfortunate. I really do hope that as much as we beef up securities, around and inside our tertiary institutions, that our security men will be swift to respond to emergency calls, and that even our emergency numbers are going to be very, very active. I mean, at every point, someone is always there to take the calls. But let's go straight to our next issue from Nasarawa State. The Nasarawa State House of Assembly has set up a 7-man committee to investigate the alleged diversion of palliatives by government officials and stakeholders in the state. Right Honorable Ibrahim Balarabe Abdullahi, the Speaker of the House, set up the committee under a matter of public interest brought by Honorable Musa Ibrahim Abubakar during the House proceedings on Tuesday in Lafia. He said, I will give you 3 weeks to do your work and report back to the House, and all those involved must be invited at the committee level, he said. It is sad and very disappointing that some people are sabotaging the good intentions of Mr. President and Governor Sule in elevating the suffering of the poor. The purpose of the palliatives is to cushion the effects of the subsidy removal. I don't know why some people diverted most of the palliatives for their personal use and that of their families. Every leader has 3 judgments awaiting him: the judgment of the people, the judgment of posterity, and the judgment of God Almighty. We must do the right thing at all times so that posterity will judge us rightly, the people will also judge us rightly, and we can also face God's almighty judgment with a free conscience. I think I like this one. It sounds like giving hope to people. If we actually have leaders who can think in this light, and not just think in this light, but act in this light. But come to think of it, we know what Nigerians, Nigerians generally, rich or poor, are going through right now with the aftermath of the fuel subsidy removal. And here we have a situation where the president has said, okay, let's cushion the effects of all of this by sending palliatives to the people, and those who are saddled with this responsibility, who are assumed to be maybe well-doing in their own light, are diverting these palliatives. A couple of days ago, the police had arrested some officials of the Nasarawa State SEMA, State Emergency Management Agency, for diverting the palliatives, taking them to some market people who sold them, or some traders in the markets who sold them off, leaving the people who are meant to benefit from this more impoverished, if you would say that. Do you think setting up a committee to check all of those who are diverting these palliatives is going to bring solution to this?
What solution is he going to bring? You know, we are good at setting up committees. They will set that committee, set another committee to checkmate this committee. You keep wasting that fund. And don't they know the people? The people, there's no need of setting up the committee. It's a waste of resources and time. They know the people. Instead of apprehending them and bringing them to book, I say, why are they even doing so? All of them are culpable from head to toe. Even the best people who are setting up the committee are not free. But that is not part of our discussion. But number one thing, let me even ask, what is the essence of the palliative? What brought about palliative now? The country is in a normal, supposedly supposed to be in a normal situation. We are not in any emergency situation. But because our leaders decided to create an emergency situation in the environment, in the society, that is the essence of, are we in a war time? Is there any special World Health Organization disease that is ravaging the country? We had COVID-19 and palliatives are what is the essence of palliative now? I watched a clip in Ibadan. I don't know when that thing happened, but I'm sure it's not not up to 2 or 3 days now, a man was carrying his bus filled with rice. He's probably going to supply, or traders bought it, and he came to a place where his vehicle had an issue. And Ibadan people descended on the bus, carrying the rice as palliatives. The man managed to enter his bus and zoomed off. This is what they have. Our leaders have turned the country to be.
Now, that goes to show that there is hunger in the land.
What is the cause of the hunger? Who caused the hunger? Was there hunger even before? Was the level of hunger that you are seeing now, was it like this before? I've said it that Nigerians have created a new definition of democracy to mean government of the few, by the few, and for the few.
Now, but if the policy that had led to this is put up by, say, the president, and the same president has said, let's give palliatives to the people.
That's what, can we do the mathematics? Bring paper. What is the amount of this palliative you are doing? What is the convert it to, yes, what is the total cost of the palliative you are giving? How many families will receive the palliative? What is the cost of what cost the palliative you are giving? Then you know, see, why not do the right thing? And there won't be any need of giving palliative.
Now, what do you think would have been the right thing?
That thing they did that cost the palliative to every state is now giving palliative. They should go and revert what they did. There is what triggered the palliative. It's not what we are discussing here now. There is something they did wrong that triggered it. They should go and revert it.
Now, it's maybe I would say unfortunate that this is where...
But now, another thing is, if you now see you cannot, you said we voted for you, all of them, the governors, the president, all of them said we voted for them. Let's assume we voted for them. What did we vote you for? Is it not to eliminate hunger? Is it not to create job and employment? Is it not to give us good welfare? Give us good roads, electricity and water? Give us good education? Good health care? Then if you know you cannot do this, why not leave? The man mentioned 3 judgments that is facing them. It's not only that, too. It's not. And this judgment will come so soon onto all of them, those leaders. It will come so soon. Government, forget about judgment of God. Judgment of God is not even that one. The Bible says God is slow to anger. It doesn't. You may not see it. You may not even see it in our lifetime. We may not see the judgment of God on them. Let's leave at that one. But the judgment of the people will soon come.
Well, it's rather appalling that in the midst of all of this, some people have decided to cash in on what would seem as a problem to the people. I mean, send the palliatives to people, the poor and vulnerable Nigerians, and people are cashing in on it. It is very appalling. We hope that the committee, as much as they have been set up, are going to do their job, and then these people are going to be brought to book, and maybe whatever they have retaken from the people will be restored 100%.
Sorry, I want to say something. What are they saying? How do you know who are the poor? How do you know that myself, that I don't deserve that palliative?
Well, that's the palliative from them is meant for the poor and susceptible.
What is the index? That is what I'm saying. What is the index to measure the poor?
They didn't give us that.
So the palliative should be for Nigerians. There is no people who are designated as the poor. All of us are citizens. All of us are Nigerians. Therefore, every Nigerian deserves it.
But I think if we look at it from the global definition, if you're living below $1 a day, yeah, then you
Did I have asked you how are they measuring that? What is the index they will use in measuring it?
They didn't state any, but maybe we can just use the dollar index.
The dollar index. That is even the worst.
Well, let's just leave that and go to our next issue from Adamawa. Adamawa State man has landed in police custody after allegedly killing his elder brother, who was accused of witchcraft. The man, 42-year-old John Clarkson from Dumna Zabur in Guyok local government area of Adamawa State, reportedly murdered his 57-year-old elder brother, Mohammed Clarkson. The suspects accused the deceased of being responsible for the death of some people in the community. The incident occurred on August 29th when John confronted Mohammed and accused him of bewitching the wife of his own son. John, who is currently in the custody of the Adamawa State Police Command, reportedly accosted his elder brother for catching the spirit of the wife of his son, Robert Mohammed, as a result of which the wife fainted. It was gathered that when news went round that Mohammed was allegedly the witch terrorizing the inhabitants of the community, residents trooped to his house with their sick family members, asking him to release them from the spirit of sickness. It was further gathered that a fight broke out between John, the suspect, and his elder brother, Mohammed, when the former demanded explanation concerning the alleged witchcraft. According to the police, John, who was arrested after Mohammed died, is claiming that he was not responsible for his brother's death. The suspect claimed that Mohammed died after he was pelted with stones by youths of the community. You know, we talk about jungle justice, and it's like every week there has to be something in that regard. It's like nothing is, it's more like we're pouring water on a bottle. The effect is not being felt. So we keep having this, but then we'll keep talking, because the more we talk, we hope that someday we will have the desired change. Now, first of all, it's laughable. Yeah, it's laughable because accusing someone of holding down spirits and inflicting other community members with spirits of sickness and all of that. And so for that reason, you call a mob of angry community members, and they come out together and pelt him with stones, and you expect that he was going to leave afterwards because he's claiming, I am not responsible for his death. Someone that was pelted with stones, I mean stones from a mob of angry community members. Were we expecting him to leave? Are we going to say he's not responsible for his death?
No, not at all. It's glaringly clear. But let me come in. I want to start from disagreeing with your introduction to this. That you say, let's keep talking, believing that someday it will get better.
Yeah, sure.
No. I'm saying it emphatically, no. It is not going to get better. Let's keep on talking this thing. Let it everywhere, every now and then, it's not going to get better. As long as our leaders continue doing what they are doing, it's not going to get any better. People are not going to change. What is the cause of all these things? This antiquated thinking of somebody is doing you this from this and that. It's an antiquated thinking because, see, let me tell you, you are hearing of witchcraft currently now in poor developing countries. There was witchcraft discussion and belief in Europe. I've read Shakespeare's. I've read a lot of his books, even in the Bible. But I want to tell you, why are they not talking about witchcraft in UK, in London, in Germany, Frankfurt, in New York, California? Why don't you talk about those things any longer? They have blown past that kind of thinking. These people, if our government have hospitals where you can treat those people, nobody will remember those sick ones. They gathered and believing that one man is doing them. It is the failure of the government that brings all this antiquated, outdated mode of thinking. Somebody will say, and when people don't, how will you even reason well? You can't. Provide the necessary things you need to provide as government. Let there be to subsidize the healthcare system. Perhaps some of them were things that kept them somewhere is something they would have gone to the hospital, 5,000 naira will cure them and solve that problem.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Communication for development. Because we are saying this,
we are not
they are sure
we are
going
communicating
to hear
for this. Our leaders
they will do
are not willing
what
to change.
They should do, come up with policies, change, make sure we are developed to the point where we won't be having these stories anymore. And then we'll achieve our goals. Well, this is much we will take on today's Society Watch. Thank you so much for joining us, Chido Koro Esquire.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll keep talking, and we'll keep talking for development. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I am Anita Obari. If you missed anything, you can follow us on our social media platforms, Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, Facebook and YouTube at Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok at Atlantic TV Network 1. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.